Love handles. They're like two unwanted roommates living on your sides. They showed up uninvited a few years ago, they make all your favorite shirts fit weird, and no matter how many eviction notices you serve them in the gym, they just won't leave. Well, today, I'm handing you the master key and the legal paperwork to finally kick them out, without having to burn the whole house down with endless crunches and brutal diets. First things first, where did these things even come from? Most people with love handles immediately blame genetics or getting older. And yes, genetics can decide where your body prefers to store fat. It's like having a designated junk drawer in your kitchen. When there's extra stuff, that's where it goes first. But genetics don't create the junk itself. Love handles are the result of one thing: consistently eating more calories than your body needed over a long period of time. They're the result of a slow, steady energy surplus. Your body is smart. It stores that surplus energy for later. And hormonally, the midsection is prime real estate for this storage, especially when stress is high. Your body stores this fat for a specific reason, which is also why it's the last to leave the weight loss party. But here's the good news. There's a certain type of exercise that actually outsmarts those stubborn fat receptors, turning your body into a far more efficient fat-burning furnace. We'll get to that metabolic trick shot in a bit, but for now, let's talk about building the solution, not just burning the problem. Here's a secret most guys miss. You can't spot reduce your love handles with endless side crunches and weird twisting exercises. It's physically impossible. You can, however, make them look smaller by building the muscles around them. The problem is, when most people lose weight, they end up as a smaller, weaker, skinny, fat version of themselves. That's not the goal. We're not just trying to shrink, we're trying to reshape. That's where lifting weights comes in. It's the architectural phase of fat loss. Think of it like a master tailor altering a suit. Instead of just taking in the waist, a good tailor will build up the shoulders to create a more dramatic silhouette. That's exactly what we're doing. By focusing on exercises that broaden your back, like pull-ups or lat pull-downs, and widen your shoulders, like dumbbell lateral raises, you create a more dramatic V-taper. It's an optical illusion that works every time. The wider the top of the frame, the narrower your waist looks by comparison. But to build that frame while losing fat, you have to control your hunger. In fact, there's one specific nutrient that acts like a biological hunger switch, making you feel full on fewer calories. It's the key to making a diet feel effortless, not punishing. I'll tell you exactly what it is later. When you're eating less to lose fat, lifting weights is the signal that tells your body to burn fat for fuel, not your hard-earned muscle. Researchers have repeatedly established that combining a calorie deficit with resistance training is significantly more effective for fat loss while preserving muscle mass than diet or cardio alone. Muscle is your metabolic engine. The more you have, the more calories you burn even while you're sitting on the couch watching football. Now, building that engine and protecting it for the long haul is the most important part of this entire process. A lot of people focus on the big lifts, but they completely ignore the smaller stabilizing muscles that prevent injury and keep you moving well for decades. It's the part everyone skips, and it's exactly why I created my ebook. It's packed with the simple, overlooked exercises that future-proof your body against nagging aches and pains, building the foundation for a body that lasts. Think of it as the owner's manual for a high-performance machine. You can scan the QR code on screen or click the link in the description below to check it out. When people hear cardio, they picture themselves chained to a treadmill, gasping for air, with their soul slowly leaving their body. It doesn't have to be that intense. In fact, for love handles, that approach can backfire. So let's start with the most underrated fat loss tool on the planet: walking. Just walking. That's it. Get a step tracker and find your daily average. Then just add 2,000 steps to it. Gradually work your way up to around 8,000 to 10,000 steps a day. Why? Because it quietly burns hundreds of extra calories every week without spiking your hunger, crushing your recovery, or making you hate exercise. Think of it this way: intense cardio is a sledgehammer. It's loud, messy, and you can only swing it for so long before you're exhausted. Walking is a chisel. You just show up and tap away day after day. It doesn't feel like much at the moment, but over time, you can carve a whole new physique. The average gym bro would probably say more cardio is always better, but ironically, doing too much of the high-intensity, cortisol-spiking stuff can actually signal your body to hold on to belly fat. I'll break down the perfect stress-free cardio dose that melts fat without that backfiring effect when we put it all together later on. Right now, let's talk about nutrition. Don't click away. I'm not going to tell you to live on chicken and broccoli. The reason we have to talk about what you eat is because it's the simplest, least punishing part of the whole plan. You have to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. There's no way around it. But here's where everyone gets it wrong. They try to rush it. They slash their calories in half, feel miserable, and then crash and burn within a week. The smarter, more sustainable approach is a small deficit. For most guys, that's around 500 calories less than your maintenance level each day. What does that even look like? It's as simple as swapping that sugary coffee drink for a black coffee, or having one less beer, or using a slightly smaller plate for dinner. It's not about starvation, it's about making a few conscious, easy swaps. This slower pace lets you keep your muscle, maintain your energy for workouts, and actually live your life. The secret weapon here is protein. Aim to get a good source of protein with every meal. It keeps you feeling full and satisfied, which makes sticking to that small deficit almost effortless. It's the difference between a controlled demolition and just blowing the whole building up and hoping for the best. Eventually, if you're doing everything right, something will happen. Something frustrating and unexpected. You'll stop losing weight. At this point, you probably want to give up. It feels personal, like you're following all the rules, but the game suddenly changed them on you. But don't worry, this isn't you failing, it's your body adapting with brutal efficiency. As you get lighter, you burn fewer calories. Your body is like a smart thermostat. It learns the new lower calorie temperature and adjusts to run the furnace more efficiently to save energy. It's a brilliant survival mechanism that, in this context, is incredibly annoying. Your body doesn't want to lose the fat it works so hard to store. It's playing chess, not checkers. But the fix isn't to panic and slash another 1,000 calories. The fix is a small strategic nudge. It's more of a tactical strike than a full-scale demolition. You have two options. Either reduce your daily calories by another 100 to 150, which is as simple as holding the mayo on a sandwich, or keep your food the same and just add a little more activity, like an extra 15-minute walk. That's it. A tiny adjustment is all it takes to outsmart the system and get the scale moving again. Before I forget to tell you, I send out a weekly email newsletter giving you quick fitness tips and strategies. It's completely free, no BS, just actionable advice. The link to join is down in the description. Now, it's time for the part nobody ever wants to talk about. To get rid of all of your love handles down to the very last ounce, you have to get very, very lean. And honestly, a lot of the time, the sacrifice required isn't worth the reward. I've seen guys get so obsessed with that last little bit of fat that they ignore the incredible progress they've already made. They look fantastic, but they can't see it because they're comparing themselves to some 22-year-old fitness model on TikTok who's probably dehydrated, constantly hungry, and has lighting that could make a potato look shredded. Here's the truth. Getting to single-digit body fat often means saying no to dinners out, skipping beer with friends, and obsessing over every single calorie. It can consume your mental energy. You don't need to be stage lean to look amazing. The real goal is to find that sweet spot where you look great in a t-shirt, feel strong, have energy, and can still go out for a pizza with your family without drowning yourself in guilt. That's the real win. So let's put it all together. The game plan is simple. Lift weights 3 times a week to build that V-shape and protect your muscle. Aim for 8,000 to 10,000 steps every day. And if you want to accelerate things, add 2 or 3 20-minute sessions of moderate cardio, like cycling or incline walking. This is that metabolic trick shot I mentioned. It helps target visceral fat, the dangerous stuff around your organs, without jacking up your stress hormones. Combine that with a small calorie deficit and be patient. Look, the system isn't flashy, it's not a hack, it's a blueprint. And it's built on fundamentals for one reason. They work every single time. Your love handles are stubborn, but they don't stand a chance against consistency. Most people will watch this, nod, and then do nothing. Don't be like most people. Start today, and remember that ebook I mentioned earlier is the full blueprint to making sure the body you build is one that's ready for anything and designed to last. Now, go lift something heavy.